Hey, look who's back. It's Weather for Weather Geeks. We are back on the 5th day of June. It's been almost 2 weeks since we've done a Weather for Weather Geeks. I just got back from my time off. I had 10 days off to kind of recharge the batteries and it's nice to kind of disengage a little bit from the weather, from social media. Didn't spend a whole lot of time on Twitter, which was nice. I kind of missed keeping up with the minute by minute of what's going on in the world, but it was a nice little change to kind of disconnect and take the brain out for a little while and just let it rest and come back strong as we head into meteorological summer here in the months of June, July, and August. Let's get right to it this evening. And our big story today, aside from the showers, was it wasn't that warm today. It's kind of a cool day yesterday, and today we stopped in the 60s this afternoon, 7 degrees below the average for the 5th day of June today. And so this was a great day to leave the windows open. It'll be a great night to leave the windows open for tonight. The actual numbers looked like this today. 68 was the high at the Youngstown Warren Airport. It was 72 in New Philly. And in Pittsburgh, 68 up in Cleveland. All right, we had some showers and some thunderstorms that came and went over the course of the afternoon and early this evening. In most areas, this wasn't a real big deal, although down in Columbiana County, this lasted a little bit longer and led to some pretty impressive rainfall totals, at least Doppler radar estimated rainfall totals here of an inch, maybe an inch and a half or so, just along and especially just south of the Route 30 corridor, Hanoverton into the Summitville area, and then heading down into southeastern Columbiana County, a little bit closer to East Liverpool. Some pretty hefty rainfall totals from earlier on today. But it's turned into a nice evening. The high-res visible satellite from GOES 16 over the eastern U.S. Shows the sunset should be lovely this evening. We do have a deck of stratocumulus clouds off to the north. This is what I think is going to push in as we go into the overnight, into first thing tomorrow morning. But not before we have a nice evening, and hopefully the sky stays clear enough this evening, and I suspect in a lot of places it will, for you to check out another nice pass of the International Space Station. We had a nice one last night. Tonight this gets underway at 10:17, appearing in the low northwest sky, and then it'll climb to a maximum elevation above the horizon of 61 degrees, and then disappear about 5 minutes later in the southeastern sky. So I'll send out a reminder on social media, and you'll get a push alert on your Storm Tracker 21 app before that flyover later on tonight. All right, today we did 68. How about 65 for a high tomorrow? 10 below the average, 16 below the record. The difference between today and tomorrow, we don't expect any showers tomorrow, so it's going to be a pleasant day. It's just going to be a little on the cool side for this time of the year. And in fact, 65, that verifies it would be the coolest daytime high that we've had in Youngstown since May 13th, roughly about 3 weeks ago. So it's been a little while since we've had that kind of cool air. Of course, the second half of May was very, very warm compared to the average. So again, no showers expected for your Wednesday. We'll call it a mix of sun and clouds for tomorrow. Notice the wind barbs here coming out of the north. So that's a cool wind direction, but then the wind will start to switch as we go into Thursday and into Friday. A little bit more of a southerly and eventually southwesterly direction. That'll bring the more seasonable, the more typical early June warmth back in on Thursday, and then we'll throw in some humidity by Friday. It's going to feel kind of muggy Friday afternoon, and with a warm front approaching, there could be some spotty shower and thunderstorm activity, especially in the afternoon on Friday. So we'll get those dew points up and away at the end of the week. Not crazy high just yet on Friday, but I think Saturday will be a pretty muggy day. I also think Saturday will be a fairly active day for showers and thunderstorms. So if you have outdoor plans on Saturday, weather looking a little touch and go. I don't think it's going to be a rainy day. It's hard to get a totally rainy day at this time of the year. At this time of the year, as we get into the heart of the warm weather season, usually stuff kind of comes and goes. It's cellular in nature. It's not a big blob of rain that lasts hours. That's pretty rare at this time of the year. So if you have outdoor plans Saturday, just keep checking the forecast. I do think that it will be a muggy day, a pretty good chance of showers and storms, and then a lower risk of wet weather as some drier air starts to push in on Sunday. So I think Sunday at this point looks like the better half of the weekend. Quick look at the 8 to 14 day outlook. I don't think the medium range features a hot pattern. Notice it'll probably be warmer than average in a lot of the lower 48, including here, but I doubt it's much above average. A little above average, but I don't think it's the kind of pattern that we're going to flirt with records, or I don't think it's the kind of pattern like we had in late May. It's just going to be a gently warm pattern during mid-June. Here's a look at the latest European model temperature anomalies. This is next weekend right here. Here's Saturday the 9th. Sunday the 10th. That looks like a pretty warm map to me. Maybe cool in New England, very warm in the Canadian prairies, and out into the plain states of the U.S. For us, that to me just looks like a pretty typical early June weekend. I would suspect some highs will probably be in the upper 70s, lower 80s. Beyond that, again, cool Atlantic Canada down into New England, very warm in parts of Canada compared to the average. And for us, I think we're kind of somewhere in between where it might be gently above average for a while, but I don't think it's significantly above average. Maybe a little cool shot here around the 13th and 14th of the month. But I don't see a big death ridge overhead anytime real soon. I really don't think we're going to see a lot of 90s in this pattern over the next couple of weeks. Overall, that looks like a pretty nice setup for the first month of meteorological summer. Thanks for tuning in to our welcome back edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. We'll do this again tomorrow night. Check out my updated 7-day forecast tonight on 21 News at 11, and I hope you have a great Tuesday night.